Let's get started.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fusionlore. Yeah! High energy! Woo! This is Fusionlore!
We're ready!
We scared off so many people right now.
We probably actually genuinely gave someone a heart attack.
Talking about you, Jonathan. We meant to give you specifically. That's right, John. I know you're listening.
Apologies to any Jonathans out in the audience.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fusionlore. I'm your magical dealer, and he's Matt, also goes by Aris. Say hello, Aris.
Howdy.
And today is a very special Fusionlore episode because we're finishing the future. We're saying goodbye to some friends and some cheapskates and this ugly world and going back to the past, hopefully, to fix it all.
We dealt with quite a lot of people and learned some new perspectives. I mean, not inherently to the game, but, through discussion while playing.
Which is like crazy. Like we play these and then we record right after, and we like have to keep ourselves from like talking about what's going on in the game as we're playing, because we're like, oh, that's good to talk about. That's good. Hold on. Let's not say that right now because we got to save it for the podcast. Write that down.
We're just scrambling to maintain and keep it all in until we want to talk about it in the podcast. It really puts you through the ringer because a lot of the time you almost can't stop yourself from speculating and getting it out.
Yeah. And what sucks about it is that like we'll get to the podcast sometimes and we'll forget about that juicy thing. It's like, oh man, we didn't talk about that. We should have talked about that. And every time we're like, we'll talk about it next podcast. And then we forget. It's gone. We don't remember.
Let's see how much we remember this time.
Yes. I am going to start the timer right now. 30 minutes on the clock. So we only did 5 missions if you include the nano mission, because the rest of the level 4 missions are in the past. And it kind of felt wrong to do the rest of the level 4 missions when like leaving the future is already such a big event. And then we just immediately start talking about the past, because I feel like we're going to have a lot to say about the past once we start doing the past missions. Mm-hmm. But what did we get into? So we did 2 missions for Jack, I believe. Jack in the robot, and then Raptor Rampage, I think, which were both in the junkyard.
Yeah, Raptor Rampage and Jack and the Giant Robot were both Samurai Jack missions, and Meet Mandark and Message from Across Time were the Mandark missions. Where
we learn that one, Jack is specifically stationed at the junkyard because he is protecting the body more of wreckage of Megas, who was taken out almost immediately in this war. He got bodied. That's the biggest threat on the planet. We have to target him first. Man has terrafuges on his body. He is not coming back. The mission Jack and the Giant Robot has us go and check on Megas to see if he can come back to life. But nah, homie's dead and done. He's not fighting in this war anymore. In fact, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. He's just a statue at this point. A cool statue.
He's powered down. That's how it is. Apparently, Fuse snuck up behind him. Give him a little whack on the shoulder, and he's been out for the account ever since. And he's been rotting in the junkyard. The only hope, really, for Jack was for us to find out if he was completely powered down. And as it turns out, he really was. Unfortunate. Truly unfortunate.
You say that, but I don't really know. I personally have not watched the show that Megas comes from. This was my first exposure to the character at all. And I never thought he was like a character. I literally thought he was just a statue, because I will reiterate, I didn't read a single mission when I played this game as a kid. It was mission, tell me go here, kill thing, get new nano. Oh boy. Even when you got the nano, I was confused. I thought it was like some off-brand like transformer that I'd never seen before.
Really?
No, I was convinced. Like, I would watch Transformers and be like, so where's Megas? When is Megas going to show up?
Whenever I played this game and I got a new character I wasn't aware of, I just Googled it.
Did you really?
I just wanted to figure out the lore behind this game when I was playing it, but I spent so much time doing that, and I barely went through. Honestly, truthfully, I was interested in the lore, but I didn't realize the depth of the journal entries. I really truly just looked at the start and then the finish, and I read the journals from there.
Which is why it's so great that we're doing this now, because we're both figuring out new things and getting excited about it, asking deep questions about it. It's like we're falling in love with the game all over again. At least I know I am. I can't speak for Matt.
No, it's true. It's true. You find a new love for this game. You're delving deeper into something from your childhood. It feels so much better reliving it and actually knowing what's going on. We played it at, I guess, at a time in our lives where we weren't really paying attention to everything, but we were just playing it because it was so interesting.
Mm-hmm. Because we recognize so many characters from it.
Yeah, that's where the fascination starts.
But to speak on like having a new love for it, I absolutely am there with you, because leaving the future, I felt bad. Like it meant something to me when I left. Like I was like, man, I've always like raced through this as fast as I can, but I'm kind of invested in what's going on. I can't wait to actually get to the past and see how this progresses, because like we're doing all these missions for all these characters, right? And we're trying to help them as we can and rebuild a time machine together. And we're all putting this effort in to try to save the world, right? But regardless of what kind of time travel we're dealing with, regardless if it's branch timeline, multiverse, everything always happened the way it was supposed to, these versions of these characters that we are helping are not gonna exist anymore to us. Like we're gonna go back to the past and we're gonna see the same characters and be like, oh, Eddie, what's going on, bro? I bet you want to charge me for something. And he's gonna be like, who are you? Why are you talking to me like you know me?
To our understanding, these characters, this is the end of the road for them, and this is their send off for us. So we've met them and we have an idea of who they are and what their role is in the world, the war as a whole, what their objectives are, and going back into the past where they never met us.
Mm-hmm.
And it just hits really hard. We know that part of them, a version of them, is never gonna experience the altered reality, I guess you could say.
Which is like crazy, because when you go to the time machine room, right, when you finish all the missions there are to do and you go to the time machine room, that is in the treehouse, by the way, which I've never put two and two together, but it makes so much sense. Like where else? Well, no, actually, because Mandark the entire time you're in the future talks about, I have to go to the time lab. I have to go to the time lab to fix the time machine. I'm on my way to the time lab. And then when you finish the last mission, what is that? Meshes across time. He's like, all right, go to the time lab, right? And then you warp there and it's in the treehouse. Like I wouldn't have expected the time lab to be in the treehouse, for one, because all the characters in this game that have anything to say about Mandark talk about how weird, creepy, and annoying he is, right? And I had initially felt bad. Like I think I said in the second episode of Fusionlore that I feel bad for Mandark. Why is everybody being so mean to him? But I don't know about you. After doing his missions, I see what they were talking about. That man is mad annoying.
It's truly in his character though. Like it's a reflection of how he was in the show. You're living that, and especially looking at the journal entries, you really get a feel for how the characters act when you play this game. Like you're visiting them on a more personal level instead of just watching them on your screen. You know? No,
you're absolutely right. Right, war. Which we are in war. This is war. These are these characters at war, which is always an interesting concept to put your characters through. War changed a lot of these characters, right? And some of them, it fits perfectly. Like the Eds, war profiteering makes all the sense in the world.
I forgot about that.
The end of the world? Man, that's a bummer. Hey, come stay in our cardboard fortress for a fee. Do you want to survive? It'll cost you 25 cents an hour. And then you get characters like Mandark, which he's like, I don't care. Do people think I'm smart? That's what I care about. Hey, did you see me do that thing? Did you see me fix the time machine? Tell everybody I fixed the time machine. I think like 5 separate times when we are leaving, Mandark says something to the effect, when you go back to the past, bro, please let them know it was me. I did it by myself. I fixed the time machine. No one helped. Maybe you helped a little bit, but it was mainly me. You know what? Let me slap my name on this time machine real fast, bro. Hold on. Put this Mandark Industry shirt on for me. And you know what? Wear this hat. You look like a hat guy. Put this hat on. You are now property of Mandark Industries. It was me.
Hell, Mandark. Want some popcorn from the concession stand? We have other knickknacks from Mandark Industries.
Bro, that
I
would
need you
be
to rep our
Eddie.
brand.
No, actually, Eddie, like when we're leaving, Eddie is like, hey, do you think time sickness is a thing? I'll sell you a paper bag for 25 cents. Don't worry, bro. I got you at a fee. I will always have your back if you pay me. Which is like, I can't tell if he's being serious or not. Like, do you think Eddie is like genuinely that way? Or is this like some type of coping for him?
No. This is remember, this connection into the universe. This is us experiencing the characters as they were in the show, but in a more personal manner. So yeah, he through our interactions with the show, we see he's just a kid that keeps messing around with other kids and causing mishaps and whatever the case might be. But down to his core, he is a hustler. He'll make that dime if he needs to.
For real. Wait.
And you fully experience it when you interact with him. It's all about business with him.
Money. Please help me get my money. We literally do that mission where he's like, go tell that kid to give me the money he owes me.
Yeah, and we do it. He's all about business.
I think the only aspect of Eddie that we do not see so far, I'll say so far because there are more missions from Eddie we have to do, is him scamming anybody. Not once were we scammed. He was legit. No, wait, we did that delivery mission for him where he was like, take this milk. It's about to expire. Hurry up.
You know what? Technically, maybe he does have a better heart than we're giving him credit for. Because granted, in the show, we do see him scamming a lot.
Mm-hmm.
In this universe, our interactions with him are purely business, but it's all genuine. He's a genuine businessman at the end of the world. Sure, he's making money at harsh times, but he's making sure people are safe for a price.
Do you really think he cares about their safety? Or do you think he just sees an opportunity?
It's not about caring about safety. It's about delivering his product. He's advertising safety. He's advertising protection, and he's delivering on that.
You know what? I'll take that and I'll raise you the message. No. What's the mission that we do for Mandark? Where we go get Larry 3000's head. What I can't remember the name of it.
I'm pretty sure that was Message Across Time.
No. We'll talk about Message Across Time because I got something to say about it.
Oh, Meet Mandark.
Is it Meet Mandark?
Yeah.
Okay, so in Meet Mandark, right? They tell us, go get Larry 3000's head, which is cool, right? Time Squad is not in this game. This is a cool way to represent it, right? Yep. And Mandark's like, he died in the battle, the like most pivotal battle in this entire war. And I think he left his remains to Eddie. Weird, by the way. What? How did Eddie convince him to be like, hey, when you die, can I have your body? Weird. But besides that, right? He did die. He died in that battle. Eddie gets his remains and he says, oh, actually, this is a piece of junk. I can't use this. I'm going to throw this away. And just throws him in the junkyard.
Yeah.
It was alive and fighting in the war. And he said, well, this is dead. Time to go put it with that other dead robot.
All right, then let me tone it down with he's a simple-minded, honest businessman. All right, he's not, maybe not thinking about the complexities of it all, but you know he's still there to help for a price.
Is he helping? I think he's helping himself. I think he's helping like tangentially. Like he doesn't realize he's helping, but he's like, well, it's good for money.
I might have to fully regress what I just said, and for a good reason.
Why?
Do you remember that house we spotted?
No, wait, because I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
You know something. Production does sometimes have a cost, but if Fuse can literally snipe a building out of your I guess your town, you're not really doing much.
Bro, so what Matt is talking about, right? In the like cardboard sanctuary, in the like, if you're walking through the doors immediately to your left, it's just like a house half sunken into the ground, and no one's ever mentions it. And Eddie's just like, don't look over there. Don't worry about that. You're safe here for sure.
Not to mention, it's full of fusion matter. The house is like folded in on itself. The garage and the house itself have folded in on them. And there's a giant hill that I can only assume wasn't there prior. So you can imagine the force of whatever the hell hit it just blew a crater into the earth and reshaped it, because it also affected the cardboard fort itself. You could walk through it at some points.
You know, we just don't look over there. Don't look over. Look over here. Look, we have a big purple monster. I bet you've never seen one of those before.
To his credit, he did leave a guard there. One guard, by the way, for multiple entrances. But we're not. Well, he's cheap, but he left the guard there. He's making sure people are protected. You know.
I mean, I think in the last episode, right, we talked about that mission with the comic book, right? And like, one of the rangers says to the effect of like, we're following Eddie's orders. And I want to believe they're only doing that because like that's the only person left that they know. Like, well, we live next door to this guy, so his orders are gonna have to do because none of us can lead. Well, none of us know what to do, bro. We need somebody to tell us, and he is taking full advantage of it.
But you know, that's the businessman mentality. That's who Eddie is. So.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of businessmen, right? We visited a house. We visited a very special house.
It's such a power move. It's such a power move.
We visited a very special house of one Chris Waldron, who was the game director for this game, is solely responsible. Well, not solely, mainly responsible for the creation of this game and seeing it through to the end. And this man was like, you know what? Put my house in there, right? And it is canon because Mandark himself is like, yeah, some weirdo named Chris lives there. I've never seen him. He's a recluse. So Chris Waldron exists in the game that he made.
Canonically. And he knows Mandark.
And Mandark knows about him.
Well, yeah, that's implied. Yeah.
We don't know if anybody else knows about him, but Mandark knows about him.
Not to mention putting a resurrectum right on your house.
Oh, wait, no, Matt. You know what this kind of goes into? This kind of goes into the thing. I don't remember what episode it was, but the episode where we're like, what if Dexter knew about the game? He had a fourth wall breaking moment, and that's how he like prepared for the war. And then he sucked Chris into the game. He said, if I have to suffer, you have to suffer too. What is this becoming? This is not where I thought we were going when we started this podcast.
Or it's implied. Hold on. Or it's implied also that instead of him being sucked into the game, Chris Waldron has a psychic connection with his in-game and in real life persona.
Oh my god, we're doing multiverse theory. There's two Chris Waldrons.
And the Chris Waldron of his universe that has influence on the FusionFall universe simply said, yo, Chris, go tell them about what's going on. And then Dexter was like, you know what? That adds up.
What adds up?
Let's send the whole story. Let's send some kids to the past to help. You know?
Oh, you know what? This could give a lore reason to. You know all those park benches in the game that literally have FusionFall ads. What if Chris himself put that up?
Wait. Not to mention the fact that the Chris in game has a really expensive house.
It is literally just his house in real life. Or it used to be. He moved, but his house at the time when this game was being made.
But it looks very expensive. So would it be out of this world to say that Chris is running all the ads?
Wait, no,
on those park benches.
Could you imagine just being a character in this game? Who's on that poster? I think Mac and Blue are on that poster. Mac's just walking down the street one day and he's like, "What is this? Huh?" He sees Chris's name on it. Chris, what is this? Open the door. We need to talk about this, Chris.
What do you mean? What does this mean?
We're gonna die.
What is my existence?
Bro, it'd be wild.
Breaking the FusionFall poster right on the park benches.
That's wild.
And no, not the park benches, the bus depots.
The bus stops.
Yeah, the bus stops. There you go.
Which is
but still
there's so many bus stops. I've never seen a bus in this game. Have you ever seen a bus?
Wow, actually. Wow, why are Wait, why isn't there any buses?
There's no buses in this game. There's helicars
driving around.
But there's bus stops without buses. The first thing Fuse when he came to the planet was get rid of all the buses. I hate public transportation. Eradicate all the buses.
Bus drivers are horrible.
He Thanos snapped them away.
Quickly, get rid of the bus drivers before they unionize.
Speaking of public transportations, at Chris Waldron's house, we also ran into 3 monkeys. And one of those monkeys had some interesting things to say. One of them I thought was interesting. The other one you thought was just very funny.
Yeah. You can go ahead with yours, and I'll share mine right after.
So talking to the monkeys, they'll say a couple of things, but the interesting thing to take away from it is like they're like, yeah, we don't know where Mojo Jojo is. We haven't seen him in a long time, right? We think he's lost. Like they don't know if he's dead, but they're just like, he's lost. I don't know. So we came over here where the Powerpuff Girls live and just started wandering around. Sometimes people pay us and we'll take them somewhere. It's cool, I guess. And then after that, he says what, Matt?
Okay. So he said, I want to return to my life of crime.
This man is on the same wavelength as Eddie, bro. He's like, I do not care about the war around me. I want to be evil. I want to steal things. It's not fun to steal things. If the world is ending, the attention isn't on me anymore.
That's very on brand, though, for Mojo Jojo's servants. At least they're loyal to that extent. It really shows their loyalty to Mojo Jojo.
One day, Mojo Jojo had a meeting with all his monkeys. They're all in the room. Quiet down, monkeys. You must quiet down, my monkeys. Listen, if I ever go missing, I need you to continue crime. Just a roar from the crowd. They're so happy and excited, not even thinking about Mojo Jojo going missing. That makes sense.
Oh, he's missing crime. They go on a rampage if he's ever on vacation for too long.
Bro's on vacation, gets a notification on his phone. You haven't checked in. Oh no. The city is on fire.
They're doing more damage than Mojo Jojo ever did.
Calm down, my monkeys. I'm here.
I wasn't ready to pay the IRS. Please stop. Keep in mind, the IRS in every universe is just terrifying. Why?
Fuse is the IRS.
Even, I know this is a side note, but even the Joker's terrified of them.
Bro, that's crazy. I'm terrified of the IRS. Leave me
too, man. Keep me off your radar, please.
Okay. I have to make sure we talk about this before we run out of time. We have to talk about a message across time because it has some crazy implications that are like, what came first, the chicken or the egg, you know?
Right.
So we do a mission for Mandark, message across time, where we go to 4 different wormholes because apparently he hasn't fixed the time machine enough to send physical matter back in time yet, but he can send messages. So Mandark wants us to go talk to 4 individuals. Those 4 individuals are Ben Tennyson, Dexter Lab, Double D of the Ed and Eddie crew, and Mojo Jojo himself, worried about his monkeys spreading crime. And I asked the question, is this the guides being chosen, or were the guides already guides and that's why he's sending a message to them? It's unclear. Like, I can understand why he sends a message to Dexter. He has the biggest hate boner for Dexter in the world.
Right.
The other 3, very questionable. So
yeah.
What do you think? Do you think this is the guides being chosen? Like, we are in the process of like, these are the mentors, or do you think they were already guides and that's why they were chosen to give messages? Because I think Mandark says specifically, I'm giving them information that'll help in the past or something to that effect.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Maybe they were already guides, because I would like to believe that being chosen as a guide actually means something. So maybe it's based on their accomplishments, and whatever path you end up choosing to be your guide is still beneficial in some way towards the war. Whatever missions they may give you, you know, in some way, shape, or form. But you know, we won't know that until we actually start doing them. It's coming back to me. I think what Mandark said is he's sending them a message about us, telling them that about our arrival, that we're about to come. I'm gonna pick a side on this fence. I'm gonna say definitively this is the guides being chosen, because
literally the mission is us sending a message about ourselves and probably whatever Mandark is talking about. Ha ha! I am sending you this prodigy that's gonna save the world. Ha ha ha! I am Mandark. Ha ha! But like at the end of the day, it's still a message about us, and I think that's when we get to the past. Or why when we get to the past, it's like, all right, now choose one of these people to like focus on. You talk to all these people. Which one do you want to like help in their mission?
I think that's you know what? I might have to take your side on that, but then again, let's see until how everything, starts to unfold when we do the missions. But that won't be for a while.
Man, literally, because we're recording this, and I don't think the second podcast has even come out yet. It's still being made, but we cooking. We're cooking.
Very long time.
Okay. I don't think we have much time left. Was there anything else I want to? Oh, when we're leaving, right, and we're sent to the treehouse, and we're in the time lab, and everybody's there to say goodbye. They all say their things. Everybody has something to say. Good luck. Save the world. Make the monsters go away. Some characters are under the impression that once we get to the past, the future will immediately change. Some characters are talking as if this is their last moments at all. And then there's another character that we just recently met in there. The head of Larry 3000 reactivated, alive, and that man is pissed. He is upset, and I can't blame him. I can't blame him. If I died in one of the most pivotal wars in the entire war, or battle in the entire war, and I got resurrected just to find out that the person I entrusted my body to just threw me away in the junkyard, I would be upset too. And then you brought me back to power a machine. Like, it wasn't because y'all miss me, right? Bro, no, because that's another thing. They can bring him back at any time. They can bring him back.
Wait, yeah, that's true.
And they chose to just leave him there.
Character too.
Nobody was like, remember Larry? Remember that robot?
Yeah.
That like died in the battle, bro?
Whatever happened to him? Oh, he died.
Oh, that sucks for
him.
him.
Robot?
Nah, he died.
Oh, yeah, but he died.
He can't come back. Goodbye, Larry. You'll be missed.
I could have sworn we had like two geniuses that are really good with robots.
Nah. They're busy. They're busy. They're trying to like fight Fuse or whatever. I'm sure they don't have time to like resurrect one of the people who actually want to fight
characters in the war. Because I wonder why he was killed off in the first place.
That would be no use for time travel. It's not like we have some like chosen one kid to send back and save us all.
Time traveling to begin with.
No, we don't need that. What?
No, not at all. You know what? I agree with you. I'm starting to see your vision there, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for opening my eyes. We don't need this piece of junk. No wonder Eddie didn't want this thing.
It must have been a very awkward situation after we left for multiple reasons, right? Because
oh my God, the conversation Larry would be having with them.
Larry would be pissed off, right? He'd be like, so what are you going to use me for now? He's gone. What do you want?
You know what? In better spirits, and here's some hope for those characters we were talking about. Maybe Larry can help them and they can have their own course of history that they can be happy with. Maybe they can be safe.
I didn't even think about that, bro, because after we leave, I keep thinking about
everything.
I keep thinking about it from our perspective, because once we leave, we leave. But the situation in that room, whatever outcome happened, had to be so drastic because, again, we still have no definitive proof about what time travel is existing in this world, right? The characters are all on edge, and Larry is pissed off, right? So the moment we leave would answer so many questions for them, because if nothing changed after we just warped away, they're like, so we're all gonna die. How you guys feeling? Or everything go back to normal. Everything goes back to normal, and then like shit just starts reappearing, and all their memories would be erased because everything that just happened, they wouldn't have happened.
They never existed to begin with. No, but then that would be a paradox because then they never send us off. So it's just a branch timeline.
This is what I'm talking about. It's time travel is so confusing, bro. Is there a time travel expert? If you're a time travel expert and you want to be on the show, let us know.
Hey, Larry 3000s in the chat. Please leave a comment.
We will come grab you out of the junkyard. We promise.
We will snatch you. We will make sure to turn you on, and you won't be in a time machine. You will have a body. We just need to ask you some questions.
Oh, that's the timer. All
right.
Okay. Man, we talked about a lot. Okay. Any closing thoughts? Any final thoughts about the future? Did you enjoy your time here? Did you find a new love for it?
I definitely found a new love for this game when I'm playing it. Now I actually am experiencing everything I felt like I should have been paying attention to when I was younger.
Yes, exactly.
Like being younger and playing this game, it was such a fun time, but the nostalgia hits even more when you realize there was so much more to it than you really were paying attention to.
For real, man.
The depth comes out in this game in ways that we weren't really aware of.
I'm right there with you. Man, I did not realize how deep this game could be if I just read. Maybe I should give books another chance. Hold on, I'm going to go grab a book. Matt, end the show. I'm going to go grab a book.
All right, guys. Well, it looks like he's out reading. And that's really it for us. Tune in next episode for, I guess, the future. Or no, the past. The past. Have a great night, everyone.
I don't own any books. I forgot.
All right, guys. He has no books. Leave us some, you know what? Leave some suggestions. Maybe he'll read one.
Hey, I forgot I've never bought a book in my life. I have some comics, but I don't think those are the same.
Those are not the same.
Oh, wow. Bye, guys. I'll let you know if I find a book.
Have a great night, everyone.
My work is done.